Okay guys, so I'm out here trying to fix my heater. I have a low heat situation. When I switch to a defrost, I'm getting very little heat at all. I've actually figured out the problem here, but I want to put together a video kind of showing you guys how to look for problems in your heating system on these trucks. I know this truck looks like an 07 Plus. It is not. This is actually a 99 GMC, the new body style. It just has a different body on it. Check my playlist of this truck if you want to see more. This one's going to be about the heater. So first thing you're going to check is coolant. You got to make sure you got enough coolant in your system. If you're low on coolant, you could get a low heat situation. Mine's full of coolant. I don't have any water pump leak or anything, so mine is full of coolant. Second thing is I drove the truck for a while, come back in the shop, and then I checked my heater core hoses. Both of these hoses should be hot, warm. They should be hot, but both of them should be warm or hot. Both of mine are warm and hot, so that tells me I am getting circulation of hot coolant into the heater core and out of the heater core. If one of these hoses was not as hot as the other one or just warm, you might have a plugged heater core and you need to back flush that with a hose. You can run water one way, run water the other way, flush it out, and you can get your heat working that way. Mine's fine. So I'm going to go on here. Okay, so the next thing you're going to be checking if you don't have hot air coming out of your vents. The next thing you're going to check is the blend motor right here. This thing goes up here, something like this, up there, and it goes, this right here goes onto the shaft that is right here, and you're going to want to check that. First thing is take it off. You can see it's plugged in there. There are two screws on each side. You can take it off, grab a hold of the shaft right here, and make sure that it moves all the way. You're going to go that way and this way, and you'll be able to hear it go fully all the way in each direction. Now if it just moves a little bit or it doesn't move at all, you got something wrong with your door, your blend door, which is exactly what I have. Now if you can move it, your motor here is shot, which these go bad often, or possibly even your control could be bad. Okay, so if you're having an issue where the heater is stuck on defrost, or your controls here, none of these are working, you either have a problem with your controller, which I think that is not usually the problem. There is a motor under here. I'm not even going to be able to get you a picture of it, but I'm going to show you on a heater core here that I have out of the truck, but it's up under there. Okay, so here is a heater core out of the truck, and it is sitting just like it would be under the dash. This is the controller that controls where all your stuff goes. If it goes to defrost, if it goes just to the front vents, or it splits from the front vents to the bottom or all the way to the bottom. That's what this one does. And if you're having trouble with that, most likely it's this motor right here. You've got two screws holding it on, obviously a plug, and it's got a big mechanism on here, and you've got a lever here. You've also got some deals here that run in these tracks. So be careful. When you take this off and put it back on, you get all these tracks and everything back in place. There is a vent here that comes off in the truck. All it does is slides onto this, and then it's held with a little pin. Easy to take that out. You're going to have to take that out to be able to reach up there and get to this motor. Okay, so if you're having trouble with lack of airflow, or your speeds are not working, again, it could be your controller, but most likely it is not that. Most likely a lack of airflow is because of the controller right here. And I believe this is like resistors and stuff. It makes all your speeds for your blower. So if you're losing speeds, this is probably the thing you need to change. Could be your actual blower, which is right here in these trucks. There is a cover that goes across all this stuff. There's 3 or 4 screws you gotta take out, and this cover comes off. It hides all this stuff. So it could be your blower motor also. And that's a couple screws all the way around, and it's right here. Now another thing, lack of airflow could be is on the 99 to 2002 trucks, there's a filter system right here. And this filter in this truck was really bad, the worst I've ever seen. I've changed them out. There's 2 filters in here. I got a video showing that, how to do that. It's just a screw down there. This comes open and you pull them out. Easy to change. Them should be changed every once in a while. Okay, so I just want to show you a few more things on this heated core box. Beans, I got one here. The guy gave it to me for parts. And I just want to go through it here. There's another door right here. And this swings back and forth. And what it does is it either lets fresh air in. I believe fresh air comes in here. Or you can block it and it will recirculate the air that's in the cab. Air conditioner does that to cool the air down. And I believe you can do that at certain settings on the heater, not all the settings. Defrost will allow fresh air to come in. So there's a door there, opens and closes. There's a motor for that too. So that I suppose can go bad and cause problems, but it's right there. With it in the dash, it's going to be very difficult to access this. Also, there's a door right here, or a mechanism here. It looks like it runs a door. I'm going to guess this is like the air conditioned door. The heater comes in right here, and the air condition comes in right here. So I'm guessing this is probably a heater or air conditioned door. Closes off the heater or opens the air condition. Again, in the dash, this one's probably impossible to change. You got some wiring harnesses. So here is the deal that hooks to all the ducts. I'm guessing one of these is defrost, and these are the vents that go in front of you. The bottom vents are down here. We can flip it over. You can see the vents here for the floor. Right here is the place that motor bolts onto it. It controls the heater core, blocking the heater core off or opening the heater core. This is that same shaft that moves for that. Also, you're going to get a better look at the blower here. There's the blower. There's the controller here. This goes bad and then you lose speeds. One more thing you can try on, I believe it's the 03 and up trucks. You can pull your fuse and your fuse panel here for your heating system, your HVAC system. You can pull it out, and I think you can do a procedure where you turn it on, shut it off, put the fuse back in, turn it on, shut it off, and it'll kind of reset the system. And you can try that with those trucks. I don't think the 99 to 02 you're going to be able to do that, but you might be able to do that with some of them if your controls are acting weird or they don't work. Okay, so on to the issue that I had in my truck. Now I unhooked my blend door motor, and I couldn't move my shaft. The shaft just moved just a little bit. So something was blocking the blend door from opening and closing, actually from closing and me getting good heat. So I'm going to tell you what I did to fix that. Okay, so the first thing I tried was, there's a deal right there that takes 2 screws and you can pull it off, and it gives you access to look inside your heater core. Now, if you have a center console, this is going to be very difficult to access, and I'm not sure all the heater cores has this door. But this is what I tried first. I tried to look in there and I couldn't see. I mean, I guess I could see something was in there, but I couldn't see it. I could see the door wasn't moving much when I would change the deal. So I'm going to show you what I did next. Okay, so the next thing I did to try to fix this issue was I drilled a 7/8 inch hole right here, right on the curve of this heater box. Now this is going to show you, you're going to be able to look right in there and actually see the door move. And when I did that, it was obvious what my issue was. I had a mouse nest in there and a lot of other crud, a lot of nasty looking stuff, a couple dead mice I think I even pulled out of there, which is kind of funny considering the project name of this truck. But anyway, I dug around in there, I used a long screwdriver, I used a thick wire with a hook on it, and I dug everything out, vacuumed everything out. I put some bleach in there and stuff like that to try to kill any smells and germs that are in there. And now it runs freely. The door opens and closes as it should. So I am guessing that that is my problem, and I'm guessing that's going to fix my lack of heat issue on this truck. Okay, so some of you probably wondering, oh no, I got a big hole there, but I just put some Gorilla Tape over that, and no one will even know that that hole is there. There's a cover that covers all this, so it's really not a big deal, and really the only way to clean that out and see what the problem is other than taking the whole heater core out. Okay, so I'm going to get my truck buttoned all up and take it for a spin, make sure everything's fixed. I'm pretty sure it fixed it because the blend door couldn't move and now it can move. So just want to put this video together and try to help as many people as possible. I've noticed that everybody just does their issue and really nothing else, and you end up going to 15 videos trying to figure out what your problem is. I tried to take care of just about everything, just about every issue you might have on these 99 to 07 Chevy, GM trucks, SUVs. So I guess that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.
See you and me riding like Bonnie and Clyde, rolling 95, burning down 129, yeah. Looking for the law while I push my luck. You shoot around shotgun like it ain't no thing, turn the radio up.